We are endeavoring to advance on the path of genuine spiritual life. That means to understand a goal. They have a logic in Sanskrit called Arundatinai, pointing at a star. Pointing at a star. So as we go about our pursuit of our goals, oftentimes we are beset with trials and tribulations. We are tested. Where will your focus go? Do you really want what you really want? Are you looking at the stars and trying to go there? Or are you stuck in the mud, spinning your wheels? Or sinking in quicksand? Where are we? What are we doing? Who are we? This is called the knowledge of relationship, sambandha. So when we pursue a spiritual path, there are different activities we do that help us make advancement. But the first thing to know is, what do you aspire for? Find a laksha and aim. We say, know yourself. We're surrounded here by not a lot of people's ideas. This is all the ideas of my Guru Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Bhakta Bandhav Srila Gurudev, and those very dear, intimate associates, very close to him, who are carrying his same mood, same vision, same line. Ras means their relationship is very intimate, but we're also an individual religion, meaning a spiritual path. We believe in individuality, eternal individuality. So different personalities, different gurus, they're always one at heart with their object of love and devotion, who they serve with and under guidance of. But that doesn't mean they don't have their unique flavor. Flavor means rasa, it means unique personality. Every soul is unique in its personality. And so some of these books are the teachings of my personal, like Bhajan Guru, Shiksha Guru. And it's very interesting because as we edit, proofread, and publish all of our Gurudev's lectures, I'm finding so many similarities because I began publishing really in 2008. These are all books we've published, myself and our team. And in 2008, I started transcribing a lot of lectures and translating at the same time. So I was taught Hindi, and I translated my Gurudev's lectures from Hindi. And then I studied Bengali and translated some lectures from Bengali. But then I started transcribing the lectures of his very dear associate. And since 2011, this has formed a large part of my, you could say, daily meditation in my practice. Hearing and serving the words of our divine teachers. Like we said this morning, divine grace. His divine grace. And his divine grace means, who is Krishna's divine grace? That is Srimati Radhika, his eternal half. And so our gurus are in her line, the line of Srimati Radhika. And so they're all, by their words, trying to help a few souls find their way home. And so that is our process here. Our Gurudev, Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, was the very, very dear friend and follower of Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Together they are like very intimate associates, not just in this world, but in the highest realm, highest absolute reality of Sri Radha Krishna, the land of Vrindavan. And so all of this teaching they're giving is only to try to help us come to our true position. Like we're pointing at the stars. But where we are and what we're pointing at, we're supposed to be there, and yet we are here. That's why you point at a star. Not just to make a wish. We're not making a wish. Oh, make a wish about Vrindavan. No, you're supposed to be in Vrindavan. Supposed to be with Krishna. Now, why are you here? And how can we figure out how to fix this arrangement so that you're there? So that's called the path, the way. Sadhana, practice, and the way, abhideya. So these books teach us the way. And more than that, they also establish our connection. Because spiritual life, it's not just about hearing different messages and deciding what you want to follow or not. It's about developing a relationship with that messenger of God who you have a relationship with in you somehow, and to realize that and to go there where they are and to be with them. So this is our understanding of spiritual life. It's not about gathering a million teachings from a million teachers. Who is that person, personal associate of Krishna, who you have a relationship with, who's finding you, who comes to this world to find you and seek you out? Our Gurudev said that in the soul there is some quality, some unique nature that lies dormant. The blueprints of your eternal love and relationship with Krishna that is in your soul. It's a seed-like state. How can you reach your highest potentiality? Therefore, we have to find those personalities who are the ones who will truly awaken our latent nature, as well as infuse us with that divine energy of love that comes from Srimati Radhika, Swarup Shakti. So there's something in you, but also without that divine grace, you won't have the strength or the capacity to understand, or to speak of understanding, to go where you want to go. In the beginning of spiritual life, generally, there's so many paths, so many teachers. Why? It helps you try to figure out what is really your nature. And so you make different levels of progression. It's called Vanashram Dharma, right? It's like a field. Why a seed cannot blossom in a barren desert rock, hot in the sun. That seed should be planted in a fertile environment, watered and nurtured and nourished. Many teachers can help with that. Many spiritual paths can help you advance and develop an understanding that I am not just this body, I'm not just this mind, I'm more than that, I'm soul. What is the nature of the soul? So how can I reach that platform? So as you raise up and raise up and raise up to a higher and higher level, to receive your highest fortune, then Krishna sends an associate of his own that is your relative to see those souls who are now ready. So those personalities like our Srila Gurudev, our Srila Swami Prabhupada, they'll also preach to everyone. There'll be a guru for everyone. Jagat Guru means for the whole world there'll be a guru. And so they'll do that function of helping many people raise themselves up, and then some will go there, some will go there, some will go there, some will go there. Some will go to Ram and Ayodhya, some will go to different places, different destinations. But they also come specifically to find those followers who are in their same line, same mood. And they're just waiting waiting, like anxious, excited parents. When will they realize what I want to give them? Right? Gurudev's looking. When will they realize what I want to give them? Those people who are ready this life. Not having to wait another 10, 20, 50 lives. But this life, who is ready? Who can anyone? I came this time, right? This age, Radharani's glance of mercy descended in this world, this time, this age, this period. And they came and then they went. So Gurudev is here, he's looking. Who are those people, those jivas, those souls who this life are ready to actually receive my fullest expression of love, which means Arundhati, I go there. No need to play in the mud anymore. Why are we here? Because of our own ambitions, our own desires. How can we realize our highest ambition, our highest desire, our highest aspiration? Is to realize the sweetness of that loving relationship that we can have there. Not in samsara, the cycle of birth and death, but in reality. There's real, there's more real, there's most real, and there's absolutely real. We're in the real fiction, right? You're living a fictional life. That means you're in a dream. And you think, this is my name, this is my body, these are my parents, this is where I was born. These are my likes and dislikes, these are my attractions and aversions. This is all a dream. You're living a fiction. To those who are watching or listening or hearing, I don't mean to perhaps hurt your feelings, because this is not a sectarian podcast or class or video. This is for true seekers. So for true seekers in the spiritual path, we understand this body is temporary. We're not going to live forever. We have our dear Narayani in the audience, so she is singing. Thank you. It's very sweet. Our youngest member. How old is she now? 5. 5 and furious. Just like we like it. Powerful. Lion, right? Cub. Lion mom, lion dad. Lioness, lion, no problem. So, what are we doing here in this space, in this ashram? Don't get caught up in the dream. The purpose of being in the dream is to wake up from the dream. That's soul realization, self-realization, real consciousness. So you do those things that help you wake up from the dream. Who am I really? They want to give you that wealth. Now this is also real. It's a real fiction. It's non-fiction fiction. Like sometimes you have something where they say, based on a true story. Right? So this life is based on a true story. Inspired by a true story. Right? Okay? This life is based on a true story. What is the true story? I am a soul. There's God. And yet I'm attached to this false conception of self that is the body and the relatives and my attachments and desires that are binding me to this material existence. If this life based on a true story, why it's based upon the truth. The foundation of my life is that I am Atma, soul. There's God, and how can I realize my relationship and go to that place that I'm meant to be situated in? The soul in consciousness is a higher principle than matter. And so it is not our rightful place to be stuck and bound by matter. Right? We're like a bird, but we're like, our wings are covered in mud. And they're so heavy now that we can't fly. How do you get off the mud? Shake it off, wash it off, and then fly. You're meant to fly, not to be in the mud. So how can we realize our truest identity? And from that position, then every identity is true and pure. What it means is that the soul is beyond one specific gender, one specific conception. The soul is transcendental, part and parcel of the absolute truth, right? Particle of divine consciousness, full of ecstatic bliss, love. soul expresses its love according to the moment of its sweet need of loving relationship. Oh, like this or like this. So Krishna is always appearing in his different forms according to his dynamic relationships of love that's always expanding. So don't limit your conception. The problem is that your consciousness is now stuck and bound by matter and material identification. I am this, only this, but I'm so, so much more. So this is for those who want to realize, what are you really? And then everything else you are can fit into that highest conception. Then your self-conception is pure. Then you're living in truth. So this is a series for those who want to live in truth. Not to be distracted by all the games and attractions and desires in life. Find those things to do in life that help you on your way. Right? That's why we say, in our university, we say, discover your Dharma. That means this life Dharma and highest life Dharma, beyond liberation Dharma. All those Dharmas. Prem Dharma, the Dharma of love. So our specific path we offer here is the path of divine love, transcendental love. All our conceptions of love in this world are reflections, some perverted, some more clear, of the real love between Sri Krishna and Sri Radha, the eternal reality of divine love in the form of God and his second expansion, meaning his second half, his true half, or Sri Radha. Our lion-like Acharya, who was known as Lion Guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, he said, any conception of God without understanding Sri Radha is impotent, impersonal, non-existent God. It's a God, meaning in Sanskrit we say first, like atheism. It's anti-God, adharmic, anti-religious, anti-spiritual. Krishna is whole, the supreme whole. Om Purnamada Purnam. The supreme whole includes Sri Radha, Sri Krishna, divine feminine, divine masculine, and its highest feature is the absolute truth. And we have some position there as that same spark of divine consciousness coming from that original source. So our bliss means to be in our proper situation. That's where you'll find your bliss. Like we say, find your bliss. Your bliss isn't going to be found in drugs. Your bliss isn't going to be found in material pleasures. Shreya, the ultimate good. So we find something in our life that can help us on our way, and we live out our life and our duties and our responsibilities without attachment to the results of our work, because that binds us. Attachment to the results of our work. It binds us to this world. And liberation means do service. Service means with love. So this is all an offering of love from us, from the disciples of our beloved Gurudev, to meditate upon him, to offer our heart and soul to his lotus feet with the prayer that we can find our true way, find our true home, find our true destiny, right? Not based on a true story, right? Non-fiction life. How can we make our life a non-fiction? Not based on a true story, the real story. I say, when you go to Godhead, that's when your story starts. We tend to think of liberation as the end. No, it's the beginning. The beginning of life, as it is. Life as it is. Not death that puts on the garb of life. Right? Walking dead bodies, walking around animated by consciousness, but the body itself is dead. So how can we live in consciousness with a conscious spiritual form? That is our path. That is as is taught by all the Vedas, by all the Vedic literature, by all the Vedanta. Everything is leading up to that understanding. So there are 4 goals of life. Dharma, some moral life, religious life, artha, some acquiring some wealth or position, some sustenance, kama, fulfilling your desires. If you want moksha, liberation, you have to give up those 3 lower paths. And if you want prem, divine love, you even have to give up moksha, desire. So we're praying for that highest thing. For me personally, this is part of my dharma in this life, to serve the divine words of our teachers. And so I was working on this for many years, struggling more or less alone. After about 5 years, we published this book, Sri Guru Darshan, which is the life and teachings of our beloved master. There's many beautiful illustrations here by artists, and it describes in great detail a glimpse of an understanding of his life. But I also said when we published this, because it took 5 years, it took a long time, then we said, okay, what's the next part of Guru Darshan? All his teachings. So let's publish everything he spoke, everything he said. So this is Guru Darshan volume, all the other volumes right here. These are all the teachings of our Srila Gurudev, why he led up to his life as a preceptor, traveling the world 32 times. And then everywhere he went, he spoke with so much love that everyone was brought into that, attracted by his love. Love is the thing that is the great attractor. If there's not love, then everyone comes together only for business, for selfish gain. But love is what binds you together with something called family, spiritual family. So we're very lucky to be part of a very rich spiritual family, very wealthy spiritual family, millionaires and billionaires, heiresses and princes and princesses. Why? Because our Gurudev, our spiritual father, was so wealthy with divine love. He came and he gave it to everyone like jewels. Take it, take it. Like that many? You're not afraid that you're going to run out? Like everywhere he's going, he's speaking, he's just sharing his heart and like throwing pearls and diamonds and rubies into the crowd. And everyone's like madly scurrying and quickly taking like it's going to run out. He said, I'm not worried. He said, I've come with a few jewels only. I have many, 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 many bags and warehouses full of these jewels, and more shiny and more brilliant and more beautiful than you can imagine. I'm teaching you basics. How can you come to the point where your life is a fairy tale? Right? What kind of fairy tale? Real life, soul life, spiritual life, mystical path of divine love. And you can walk. It's like you're walking on air. Meaning, your consciousness no longer is stuck in the mud. Your consciousness is in the sky, in reality, in Vrindavan, spiritual sky. Our consciousness can be there even while we're in this body. That's what the great exalted personalities are in the mystical path of love. They're always experiencing God consciousness and relationship and divine engagement. And so their bodies are here like a structure. So even with Guru Darshan, don't think this is just all is there. Everything, one book, oh, done. Gurudev's life is over. Start to finish, the end. No. What is he doing right now? What is Gurudev doing? Where is he right now? Soul is eternal. Soul is not dead. So where is Gurudev right now? That is my question for you. Where is Swami Prabhupada right now? How can we understand him and be in that story? Enter the story. That's what we offer. Be part of the story. No longer based on your mundane material life, but, origin stories are always the best part of a series. So this life, if you take up spiritual life seriously and you achieve perfection, this life is glorious. You'll remember it and you'll tell it to all your friends in the spiritual world. And when you come back or go anywhere, they'll say, oh, and you meet someone and they say, oh, how can I advance in spiritual life? You say, I'll tell you my story. I grew up in such and such, this place. I grew up in Oregon. I grew up in Los Angeles, Toronto. I grew up in Massachusetts. I grew up in Lithuania. I grew up in Australia. And then I met this personality, Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. And I struggled and I went up and down. I went here and there, but then I followed for a while and then I was serious. And then I started deeply practicing and meditating and praying. And then one day it was just bam. My life changed completely. So then that's a great origin story. Otherwise, it's just another fictional story that nobody remembers or nobody cares about. Because we're going to die, not be remembered. Why? People make nice gravestones to remember. Why? You put it on a stone because you feel like the stone will last. So you put a cemetery and the body's there, and you put the stone, you think someone's coming, they'll remember, they'll put flowers on my grave. How many thousand of years will they put flowers in your grave? 10,000? 20,000? 100,000? 10 million? 20 million? How long will this dead body be remembered? So realize your soul, self-realization, understand your relationship with God and be existing in position. And that, then this is a great story. So how do we go there? Look at the stars, walk upon the sky. Right? Stairway to heaven is not material. Everyone is trying to make a material stairway to heaven and just doesn't understand the principle of spiritual life. All this spiritual help for material aim and purposes is only dragging us down, putting weights on our body as we try to walk up. We're being pulled down. That's what we're trying to figure out. How to live our life in a way that we can realize our true life, our eternal life. And then everything we do is beautiful and auspicious. Everything we do gives us meaning and relationship and realization. So therefore we follow our dharma and we follow our path. We balance our life, equilibrium. We find what we're meant to do. But become attached there. Find attachment, spiritual attachment. Very good. She's learning to be quiet. She didn't used to do like this. Very good. She's growing up. Thank you, Narayani. Okay, so these are our books here. We're trying to do service to please our guru and our teachers, but they're most pleased by us when we advance in spiritual life. So our services we do are designed so that we can also advance in spiritual life. Because they're not interested in us doing busy work. Oh, they went and did that. Cute. Oh, and they went and did that. Oh, that's nice. But if you don't realize the essence, then you get caught up in the static. Most of our life is static. Just buzz. Just the drone in the background that's annoying and you want to take it out. Okay? What are those moments that are real? Ecstatic, not static. Right? So we have ecstatic weekends here. This is part of our ecstatic bhakti weekends here. Discover your true self. Discover your dharma. Your work in this life, why you also can't bypass the realities of your condition. Find something suited to you. Like we say here, we offer these university courses for students. Find your path in this life and find your path beyond birth and death to true eternal existence, where you can also appear. Don't think it means you're never born, you never transfer states. Birth and death means a transformation of states. But pure soul existence means you never suffer. Everything is intentional, based on your relationship with Krishna beyond liberation. Then you can go wherever he pleases and appear and have your divine Leela. Enter Leela. That's what we're talking about here. How to enter Leela. We're reading this book, Jaiva Dharma, every Friday nights with our community since a couple of years. The final chapters talk about that, entering Leela. So that is the pursuit of this life, entering the real story of Radha Krishna's divine love. So we don't have time to go over all of this so quickly. Maybe we'll do another class. But there's a few other very special books here. This one is a recent one. It's called The Divine Nectar of Sri Govinda Leela. This is based on the very sweet pastimes of Shri Radha and Shri Krishna, based on the book of Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami called Sri Govinda Lilamrita, which means the nectar pastimes of Shri Radha and Krishna. So we have this book, Divine Nectar of Sri Govinda Leela. We don't have time to go through all these beautiful quotes, but I'll just read one here. It's a good quote. Okay, we don't have time to go over all these right now. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll do more. Let's read this quote. What did the Guru Varga write? What did the Goswamis reserve for us? We should open this and look. Like if a grandfather or father saved some treasure for his child, if the boy has no knowledge of the worth of this treasure, then he will beg door to door for scraps of food, unable to maintain himself. He does not know that his grandfather and father left him a wealth of property. Unfortunate sadhakas, that means practitioners, who have accepted Guru and received some direction from him. They go to yogis, karmis, jnanis, bogis, and bogus personalities, moving from one place to another in bad association, unfavorable association. Why do they run? Guru Padma has called us from all corners of the world to establish our relationship with the family of God. Our Guru Varga have brought and given us everything, a divine treasure unparalleled in this world. We have everything. You can open this treasure without a key. There is no problem. Open and look at the treasure. Like I said, Gurudev is coming, just giving and giving and giving. Gurudev published such beautiful books. This book, Sri Vilap Kusumanjali. Gurudev's direct discourses about the highest topics of how to be engaged in what is the real desire and gift of our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the savior of this age, the golden avatar, Radha Krishna together in one. Open and look at the treasure. You will then see that so many valuable jewels have been reserved for you by your spiritual parents in this Gaudiya literature and this Gaudiya heritage. If you take that, how will you ever be a poor orphan begging street to street for love? Will you love me? Will you love me? Give me one scrap of love. I need my kitty, my puppy, my lover. My wife is not enough, another lover, another lover. My husband is not enough, another friend, another girlfriend and boyfriend, and talking this and that. Why are we begging for love from people who are themselves beggars? Don't beg from beggars. They say, look, I'm broke too. I'm broken. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. So therefore, how will you ever be a poor orphan begging street to street for love? How can you then suffer in this world? How will Maya chastise and punish you if you are connected to the higher potency, the Divya Shakti, the divine energy? Why do we suffer in this world? This will never be possible if you are related to the Goswami's treasure. The Guru Varga have collected these treasures from Krishna's Leela Shakti and reserved them for us. So in this book, there's all the pastimes of the daily activities of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. This is the first few hours of their day. We've also published 6 Goswami books for each of our Goswamis in our line. We published a book about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eternal consort, Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi. We published a book on Harinam, Sri Krishna Karnamrita, which is a book Chaitanya Mahaprabhu found and brought back to the devotees. Sri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, which is all the details of the very beautiful service of Srimati Radhika and her love for Krishna. This book, The Holy Dust of Braj, which is discourses on the special Sri Keshav Brat and Chandan Yatra. Sri Vilap Kusumanjali, which is, I can't even describe it. You have to read. This is my favorite one. Very, very sweet and easy and nectarful. This is Prem Bhakti Chandrika. Once there was one of our great-great-grandfather gurus, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and someone asked him, or Gorkasha Das Babaji Maharaj, someone asked him, how can I realize Prem? What is this divine love? Where can I find it? He said, do you have 2 paisa? Money? I need money to find this? He said, no. Go to the market and buy this book, Prem Bhakti Chandrika. Then you will realize your divine love and enter it. Everything is there. So this is just a few of our books. We've also published books about each of our recent personalities in our line who've helped us. This is the 7th Goswami, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is about his life. It's about the life of Srila Gorakshadass Babaji Maharaj, the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, the life of Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, all the different Goswamis. So also this year we are working, our team is working on a 7-volume series about the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So we have the Bhagavat Puran, which is our most precious literature, and the supplementary book, Chaitanya Bhagavat, like the sequel. So the sequel to the Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So that will be published hopefully by the end of this 2023. And also every month now we're going to be publishing a Hindi translations, where we publish every lecture here. This is every lecture our Gurudev spoke when he came to the West in that first year. Every single lecture, in all the different places, everything that was recorded. So I'm sure there were some intimate, secret things that were too secret and sacred for public. But this is everything he spoke in Holland, in United Kingdom, in Houston, different places in Texas, Los Angeles, Bakersfield, New Brunswick, San Francisco, Vancouver, Seattle. This is West Coast, New York, New Jersey. Every lecture of his right here. So it's very nice. The Guru is heavy. Guru means heavy, not light. So this is very heavy. Our goal is to publish every recorded talk, transcribed, published in volume after volume like this. So how many will it be? We estimate over 200. Why? Already we're at 43, and we're through the first 3 years or so, right? And the years 97, 98, 99 that we've done in English, the Hindi lectures he spoke, which are also very sweet and very intimate. And why, if you read his lectures from the West in his tours, and then you read what he spoke in India when he got back, it's like the story continues. Oh, he said this, and then he gets back to India, says, I went there, and I went there, and I spoke about this. It's like he's talking to his own family. Why? He was there in Mathura for already at that point, like 40 years. And he had this spiritual family of Srimati Radhika's followers. And they had loved him so much, and they didn't want him to go. Why are you going out? Why are you going? He said, I have to go. She wants me to share this. I have to go. When he came back, he would talk to them about his travels and then speak very intimate, very deep realizations. So that's coming out now in a series of volumes called Sri Guru Vani. Means the divine teaching, the divine words of our Srila Gurudev. And it's going to be a Vani Mandir, which means a temple of his divine words. And anyone who wants that, we can install, we'll build an altar for it, and we'll put all his books, one by one, by one, by one. Every book that was published of his, why? There was 80 books published in his lifetimes, of translations of different Goswamis' literature, and different acharyas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and also his own teachings. He wrote a book on the life of his guru, Charikeshwari Jivani, the life of his lion-like preceptor. So all that will be there, and this altar is just his Harikatha and Seva Kunj, right? So Guru Vani is one series, all his lectures from India, and then we have our anthology of all his world tours. So this is our Gurudev. This is our life and soul. Why? Guru Mukha Padma Bhakya Chite Te Kuriya Aikya Arna Kuriya Mani Ash. Rupa Swami says, what's the use of reading so many different things, so many people, passing your time, passing your life out, passing your life away. You need relationship. How are you going to go back to Godhead? Fine, catch hold of the feet of someone who's on the way there, right? They say if you catch hold of their feet, how are they going to walk? They don't have to walk, they're flying. Catch hold of their feet, catch hold of the feet of the angels. Let them carry you to their land where you are meant to be. So we catch hold of those feet, develop relationship. It's not about the message. How to develop relationship to Srimati Radhika's messengers. And that's searching. Who wants to go there? Who wants to come? Anybody want to go? Anybody want to go? I don't know, I'm busy. I'm busy. I have my assignments and my ambitions. I have to chase those. Chase my tail. I'll chase my tail for a new few more lifetimes, and then I'll be ready. I am busy chasing my tail. So, No need. Chase your tail while holding onto the feet of Gurudev. Right? Hold onto the feet with your two hands and look at it and let it swing back and forth. And look, Maya, 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 Maya. But catch onto the feet of Gurudev. Then Maya will help you. Oh, very good. I'm help. Maya's mother. Oh, very good, very good. Go further, go further, go further. Maya will help. She is mother. But as long as you're chasing your tail, you have that desire, your free will, your independence, go. So this is our hope. This is our prayer. This is Gurudev's lectures in 1997. More coming out. Volume 14 is from his Hindi lectures in Singapore. There's so many beautiful lectures here. I'm telling you, our Vrindavan Brahmachari here, he says, oh, every book is better than the last. And this one, he's like, I'm working on this one. This one's my favorite. This one's my favorite book. And then he starts the next one. And then he says, I have a new favorite. This one's my favorite book. And then a few weeks later, we're on the next volume. Why? One book a month. We made this vow last year. In June, we said, we're going to publish one book a month. And since then, I think we've done almost 1.5 a month. And now we're catching up while we're doing it in like batches. So we're going to have 3 or 4 Hindi to English, and then we have 7 or 8 English, and it's going to boom, and you're going to be like, wow, we're going to do a class, and there's like 10 more books here. We're like, yes. Why? We have life, we have energy, and we serve. We are here to serve. Jiva, life force, right? I'm here to serve. So we will serve. And we will catch on to those feet and let his wings fly us back home, back to Godhead. So that is our beloved Gurudev. So this is not a labor. This is not labor. This is just the dynamic expression of our love and our aspiration for, oh Gurudev, when, oh when, when, oh when, when, oh when, when, oh when will that day be mine? When I can enter your eternal pastimes, serve you, serve them. Then you can understand real Guru Seva. Real Guru Seva means how will Guru Maharaj engage you in his loving engagement of service to Radha Krishna. Come along, let's do this together. Then you can understand how you do Arti to Guru. Right? Arti to Guru means where are his eyes pointing? Oh Gurudev, I'm doing your Arti. Where are his eyes looking? He's looking, where's Radharani looking? She's looking, where's Krishna? And he's thinking, how can I arrange her meeting with Krishna? Then you can serve in that pastime. Oh Gurudev, I'm doing your Arti. You're not looking at me. Why aren't you looking at me? Saying, come along with me. Where is Swamini? And where is Krishna? So then you can understand Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Jugala Milan. Oh, together. Gurudev is doing Arati of Radha Krishna, arranging their meeting. Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Siddhai. Then you can go there. Then you can understand Arati. Then you can stand Guru Seva. Then you can understand Bhakti Yoga. Otherwise, we're all just passing our time, wasting our opportunity of this human form of life. Making a little progress and going up and going down. It's like we're in an elevator and we go up many floors and we say, we'll go back down. And we go up many floors, we step out, we look around and don't understand anything, and then we go back in and push back down. Sometimes we go lower, sometimes we go higher, sometimes we go lower, higher. Oh, it's a fun ride, going up and down the elevator. No. Go to the highest floor and get out. And then don't cross tape, caution. And once you reach that platform, keep going, keep going, keep going. When you reach the summit, keep going. Don't look down. So we're remembering our Gurudev, we're praying to our Gurudev. Oh Gurudev, how can I understand Guru Mukha Padma Vakya? Which Guru Mukha Padma Vakya? The one that I'm waiting for you to tell me. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, many things he said here. We're going to have this table. Why? You'll see the another update. It's like, doom. And after a year, doom. And after another one, doom. More and more and more. Sweet Harikatha, sweet Harikatha. But when will Guru Mukha Padma Vakya be? Oh, come here, come here. Go arrange this service for Radharani. Oh, go bring this cloth. Oh, go arrange this seva. Oh, go write a poem to sing tonight. Go write a song. Let me teach you how to play this instrument. Let's sing and dance for them. When will you hear that Guru Mukha Padma Vakya? When will that day come? Patience, steadiness, tolerance. I talked about this the last few days. The most important form of tolerance is tolerance of yourself. Tolerate yourself where you are now. This is very good. Tolerate yourself, be patient with yourself, be humble. If you can tolerate, then you're humble. And you realize, I am this, but what am I becoming? No problem. Everything takes time. I'm telling you from my personal life. You work and you work and you work and you think work is life. I'm doing and I'm doing and I'm doing and I'm a doer. And I'm going to show how important I am by pleasing the Vaishnavas, by doing this and doing that and doing this. But all they want you to do is to realize that all the doing isn't enough. All you need to do is love and open your arms and surrender and say, the war is over. Why? When you surrender, that means the war is over. Sharanagati. Sharanagati means the war is over. You don't surrender until the war is over. So we're battling with Maya because we want to defeat Maya. Why are you trying to battle with your mother, Maya? Oh, mother, I surrender. To who? To Krishna. Please open the doorway to Krishna. Oh, Gurudev, please take me to Krishna. So that's what we're trying to do. Surrender, then life begins. Surrender, then life begins. Why? You can put down your armor. You don't have to fight with Maya anymore. Fighting with Maya, you're never going to defeat Maya Devi. Right? Some games are rigged. Okay? The game of you fighting with Maya is rigged against you. You're never going to win. You're never going to conquer your lust. You're never going to conquer your desire, your anger, your greed, your madness. Never, never, never defeat the game by exiting the game. You can win the battle against Maya by saying, oh, mother, I've been in this fight a long time. Now, dear Gurudev, I surrender myself completely to you. And Gurudev says, war is over. Oh, my baby. Oh, my baby. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Now let me teach you about Krishna consciousness. What is your relationship? Who are you really? So we're hoping for that day when we can put down our battle with Maya and say, oh, Gurudev, I am yours. I am yours. I am yours. You take care of me and choose what to do with me as you like. I am surrendered. Then spiritual life begins. Hare Krishna.